Now, let's learn some key words. Our first key word is disappointed. Disappointed. If you're disappointed, this means you're sad because what you wanted to happen didn't happen.
Yeah, when you're disappointed, you're upset because something didn't happen that you hoped would happen.
We can say Fred is disappointed he didn't get into the university he wanted to get into.
Winnie is disappointed because she can't visit her family this year.
All right, disappointed. Let's look at our next keyword, offer. Offer. When you offer something to someone, you ask someone if they would like to have it.
We can say Julie offered me a drink when I went to her house. She asked me if I'd like a drink.
Wildlife magazine offered Greg a job. They want to give Greg a job. They asked him if he would like to have a job working for them in Brazil. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to see what they do. But for now, let's go learn some more from Thomas.
I sent them pictures from our trip. I just hoped they'd like them.
And they did.
That's great, Greg. But do you two really want to live in Brazil?
It would be a big change.
I've never thought of leaving the U.S.
But it would be an adventure.
And you know I like a good adventure.
We're not sure if we're going or not.
Okay, so Greg and Liz aren't sure if they're going to Brazil. But you know, this is an exciting story.
Yes, it all started when Greg sent the magazine pictures from their trip. And he just hoped they'd like them.
But the magazine offered Greg a job in Brazil. But do Greg and Liz really want to live in Brazil?
Well, Liz says she never thought of leaving the U.S., but it would be an adventure. And we know that Liz likes a good adventure.
Well, that's true. We found the answer to today's mission here. What does Greg say would be a big change?
What does Greg say would be a big change? Living in Brazil would be a big change.
I think so. They would have to move everything from the United States to Brazil. Well, they've already been there, so they know a bit about what the country is like.
Right, but if they move, they have to find a place to live in Brazil. You can't just go there and live on the streets.
That's true. They'd also have to find new friends and learn a new language. And they'd have to get used to the food in Brazil. And do you remember the piranhas?
Yeah, I don't like piranhas.
Well, they'd be in Brazil too. You know, I think they have a lot to think about before they make a big change like this.
That's true. Okay, well, we have a calendar phrase in this conversation. That's great.
That's great! You can say this after you hear some good news. It's time to go see Thomas.
That's great!
Key words.
Now let's review our key words to talk about feelings. Our first key word is serious. Serious. Don't laugh at my idea. I'm serious.
Nervous. Nervous. Today is my first day teaching English. I'm really nervous.
Disappointed. Disappointed. I'm really disappointed I didn't get that job.
Offer. Offer. If someone offers you something bad, just say no. Okay, let's review one more time. Serious. Serious.
Nervous. Nervous.
Disappointed. Disappointed.
Offer. Offer. Thanks for saying those with us. Now let's review our day of conversations.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Rita. Can I help you?
No, I just needed 5 minutes away from work. Jeff can be really serious sometimes.
I know what you mean. Maybe Brazil would be nice.
Greg, I thought we weren't telling people yet.
Telling people what?
Oh, nothing.
Why do you two look so nervous?
Nervous?
We're not nervous.
What is going on?
Do you want to tell her or should I tell her?
You tell her.
I think you should.
Then why did you ask if I should?
Guys, one of you had better tell me or I will be very disappointed.
Okay, we'll tell you.
Wildlife magazine offered Greg a job in Brazil.
What?
I sent them pictures from our trip. I just hoped they'd like them.
And they did.
That's great, Greg. But do you two really want to live in Brazil?
It would be a big change,
I've never thought of leaving the U.S.
but it would be an adventure.
And you know I like a good adventure.
We're not sure if we're going or not.
Movie Minute.
Oh, man, I'm in trouble. I think I was driving a little too fast. I hope the police officer doesn't give me a ticket. And in America, if the police ever stop you, don't get out of your car. Just roll down the window like I did.
Good afternoon. I'm Officer Ingen. Do you know why I stopped you?
Yeah. I think I was going a little too fast.
A little fast? You were doing a 40 in a 25.
I know.
I need to see your driver's license, your registration, and your proof of insurance.
Okay. Here you go.
Wait here.
I hope the officer doesn't give me a ticket, but if he does, he's just doing his job.
But police officers do more than just give people tickets. They also go to schools and talk with kids. They teach them how to be safe. So you shouldn't be afraid of police officers.
I'm not giving you a ticket this time.
Thank you so much.
You need to slow down. If you get caught speeding again, you will get a ticket.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Drive safe. Have a good day.
Thank you. Well, I'd better be on my way, and a little more slowly this time.
Calendar phrase.
That's great.
That's great.
太棒了.
I'm going to get paid more at work.
That's great.
My boss said I could take a vacation.
That's great.
I may even get a more important job soon.
Wow, that's great. Let's celebrate. I made a chocolate cake.
My favorite. That's great.
That's great.
That's great.
太棒了.
You want to practice the question of the day? That's great. Here it is. Would you want to live in Brazil? Why or why not?
I think it'd be fun to live in Brazil for a short time. I wouldn't want to live there forever, but it would be fun to live there for a short time just to see what life is like in Brazil.
Well, students, how about you? Thanks for joining us today on Let's Talk in English.
On PTS and the radio.
And remember, learning English can be fun.
Bye-bye.
He's begun. Let's talk in English.
Life changes, life changes, life changes. Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS and the radio. I'm Campbell.
And I'm Andrea. Today's the last day of our lesson, Life Changes.
Well, yesterday we found out that Liz and Greg might be moving to Brazil. Now that would be a big change. Life in America is very different from life in Brazil.
I agree. You know, moving from Canada to Asia was one of the biggest life changes for me. Well, Campbell, what have been some big life changes for you?
Well, when I went to college, that was a big change, especially when I moved away from home. Moving to Taipei was also a big change for me. You know, I learned a lot from these changes in my life.
Well, today we'll see Aaron and Nick at the Harris's apartment.
Right, well, we know that life will be changing for Aaron soon. Aaron will be going to college in January. But before he goes, he has some decisions he needs to make.
All right, students, we have today's mission for you. What is Aaron worried about?
What is Aaron worried about? Well, Aaron, don't worry. Remember, life changes, life changes.
Life changes. Ha. Okay, everyone, here's Conversation A.
I don't want to play anymore. I hate this game.
What's wrong, Aaron?
Don't worry about it, Nick. It's not important.
Are you sure?
I want to go to college, but I still have so many questions to answer.
Like what?
Like, how will I pay for college?
That's a good question to think about, Aaron. College can be expensive. If you want to go to college, you have to think about how you're going to pay for it.
That's true. Well, our friend Aaron seems a little worried. He's playing video games with Nick, but it doesn't seem like he's having fun.
Right. At the beginning of our conversation, Aaron kind of gets mad and says, "Arg! I hate this game." Now, that doesn't sound like Aaron. Well, let's learn this key word, hate. Hate. If you hate something, this means you really, really, really don't like it.
Yes, hate is a strong verb. If you say, "I hate it," that means you really don't like it.
We can say Jenny hates it when she makes mistakes.
Kim hates watching scary movies.
Well, Aaron says he hates this video game.